Drop 100 on the DJ, play some 90s R&B. Every day a different form when you ride and shot with me. I can take you to the mansion, hit a yacht and have a drink. You been California dreaming, close your eyes and don't you blink. Drop 100 on the DJ, play some 90s R&B. Every day a different form when you ride and shot with me. I can take you to the mansion, hit a yacht and have a drink. You been California dreaming, close your eyes and don't you blink. Let me sweep you off your feet, we do London for a week. Really ain't the one for waiting, but my presence make you leap. And it's ain't just about your body, want your mind and then your sheets. I don't fuck with none of these bitches, if I want you it's for keeps. I can show you how I'm living, take care of you like my peeps. Fly you out to Carolina, I can listen while you speak. You want Fendi, hear some cheddar, cause I know you ain't no leech. It don't make the problem better, but put a smile up on your cheeks. When I fuck up in that pussy, I make love like it's a treat. Cause I really say the moment for the times that we can't beat. Sleeping in my Texas tea, cause you said it smell like me. When I'm overseas, you callin', see my face and it's relief. She ain't used to money calling, all her niggas always beef. Off-white and Lil Prada, I want diamonds in my teeth. She ain't used to gangsta loving, kiss her toes and let me eat. I can give you your desire, cut you off and set you free. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young and Hefe, and I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. You already know what time it is. We back into that paperwork. You know what I'm saying? This is what we into right here. We into the work, you know what I'm saying? We not into the controversy. We not into what's making up. We not into what's shaking. We not into what's baking. You know what I'm saying? We want to get the truth out there, you know what I'm saying, and let you divvy upon the truth in or the facts in or the alleges of what the FBI is saying. Now, some of this stuff is big U words because there are Title 15 wiretaps. And these are big U words spoken. So that's what we want to go off of. We can get out here like any other podcaster, any other channel, and be like, hey, he got stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they about to hang him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this happened. He went to the gas chamber. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we going off this indictment. You know what I'm saying? We want to get the facts out there. And like I said, you know, you wasn't born last night. Some of y'all was born last night, depending if you was born last night, or long ago last night, about 30 years, 20 years ago, 25 years, or whatever the case may be. But that's what we on. We on this work. In this part, y'all see what the title is. So we're going to get off into this paperwork starting at page 28. Defendant Henley, Robinson, and Martin and others extorted victim 2 through actual threatened, force, violence, fear, and intimidation. This is not my words. This is the paperwork. This is not no controversy coming from me. This is the paperwork. So, a lot of you guys probably wondering who Martin is, Robinson Martin, you know what I'm saying? That's Bear Claw, you know what I'm saying? You guys may have seen him here. That's one of the guys that was on the initial complaint that got put out there on that bulletin board amongst the other co-defendants. Now, when this indictment was revamped, he remained on this indictment as a co-conspirator of Big U and is said to be, I think, a lieutenant. They trying to call him a lieutenant, but that's the fast word. That's how they place things. You know, they try to say Vay is his right-hand man. Sylvester Vay is his right-hand man, and they saying that Bear Claw is his lieutenant. So let's get off into this paperwork, you know what I'm saying? Violent, fear, and intimidation through actual threatening force. On December 2nd, 2021, victim 2 was hosting defendant Henley's birthday party at an adult entertainment club in Los Angeles, for which victim 2 was a promoter. On December 2nd, 2021, defendant Henley demanded a $30,000 extortion payment from victim 2 hosting defendant Henley's birthday party. On December 2nd, 2021, defendant Henley threatened to have 5,060 destroy victim 2 business. And that if we got to tear that motherfucker up, we going to tear it up. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. Bring me my money. So this is I want to say also the Dale guy who we spoke about in the last segment. So it looked like Dale had a lot going on. Dale was one of the shakers and movers in this LA scene and out here on these streets. And it looked like, you know what I'm saying, him and Big U had some ties, you feel me, in our business deal going, you know what I'm saying? So I guess at one point in time, either Dale was a manager or either the promoter of the Deja Vu strip club. Y'all know the chain of Deja Vu. If you've been in there, you know what I'm saying? They got them all over. They got them out of town. They got them in town. They got them westbound. They got them northbound. They got them southbound. So this is the event y'all heard about where it was supposed to be Big U party or whatever. Big U had promised that T.I. was going to come and had promised that Wiz Khalifa was going to come and perform. However, they never came, showed up to the party. Based on that Big U face was on the flyer allegedly and being promoted throughout LA that this was going to be his birthday at the Deja Vu. They said Big U, you know what I'm saying, was tripping. You know what I'm saying? He asked for a $30,000 payment in which the club promoter like, man, come on, man, that's the pot. I'll give you 20 and I'll take 10. Big U like, no, punk. I need 30. You know what I'm saying? Give me my money. So this is from the feds paperwork, you know what I'm saying? These is his words, not my words. On December 2nd, 2021, defendant Henley further threatened victim 2 business if victim 2 did not pay. Threatening, I'll tear that bitch up. It won't be a club there no more. On December 2nd, 2021, defendant Robinson and Martin and other known and unknown to the grand jury, including members of the Rolling 60s, confronted victim 2 at his business and extorted $30,000 from him. So, in fact, it looked like the feds, you know what I'm saying, either got them Title 15 phone calls or they got some surveillance of Bear Claw and other members, you know what I'm saying, noticeably and unnoticed, that went up there to that club and actually extorted victim 2 out of the $30,000. After defendant Henley Robinson and Martin extorted $30,000 for victim 2, victim 1 and defendant Robinson discussed how defendant Martin transformed that night and how they took all that shit. Defendant Henley paid to transport women from Los Angeles to Las Vegas for prostitution. Okay, so that's another part of the indictment. So, you know, that was short. That's short brief right there. You know what I'm saying? So it looked like, you know what I'm saying, allegedly the feds are saying that Big U, in fact, did get the whole 30 from the people. In furtherance, you know what I'm saying, they got him on these title phone calls talking to victim 1 and defendant Robinson discussing how defendant Martin transformed, you know what I'm saying, that night and how they took all that shit. So however it happened, however they went in there and got that 30,000, it seemed like they turned up, you know what I'm saying? It was tripping and made them give that up, you know what I'm saying? All this is allegedly, they ain't been found guilty on none of this. But that's the situation. So defendant Henley paid to transport women from Los Angeles to Las Vegas from prostitution. So this the charge that, you know, they had Monty on, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Monty Trap Kitchen Monty, you know what I'm saying? This is the charge that she was on. On November 10th, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley called Armani Affleje, a.k.a. Monty Affleje, and offered to pay her $1,000 to transport women from Los Angeles to Vegas to engage in pandering and prostitution. On November 10th, 2022, on an intercepted call, Affleje asked defendant Henley how many girls I need to bring, to which defendant Henley responded, "That's on you." On November 10th, 2022, on an intercepted call, Affleje told defendant Henley, "I'm about to bag some bitches. Guaranteed. You already know I don't play no games." On November 10th, 2022, defendant Henley sent Affleck $1,000 via Zelle to rent a car to transport the women from Los Angeles to Vegas. So, right there, you know what I'm saying? This is that paperwork, you know what I'm saying? So, they basically saying that Monty Affleck, you know what I'm saying, was hit by Big U. Big U told her, you know what I'm saying, he needs some hoes, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know why these hoes out here is even illegal anyway, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing illegal about a woman wanting to sell her coochie and her body. If that's what she want to do, that's on her. I don't know why they charging people for this. So they say Big U hit her like, man, look, I need some hoes for out here in Vegas for whatever was going on. She was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He like, you know, I got a rack. You know what I'm saying? She asked him how many bitches he need. You know what I'm saying? They like, Big U, you know what I'm saying, told her, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? However many you want to provide, you know what I'm saying? That's on you. You know what I'm saying? So she hollered, you know what I'm saying, about my money, you know what I'm saying? Furthermore, they concluded and allegedly did business and executed on what happened. Furthermore, on November 10th, 2022, through text messages, Affleck sent defendant Henley photographs of the women she was transporting to Las Vegas. On November 18th, 2022, defendant Henley sent Affleck $500 via Zelle for the trip. On January 5th, 2023, on an intercepted call between defendant Henley, Affleck, and another person, defendant Henley said, remember when I told you I'd be in Vegas? That's her. She going to make every bitch get naked. Right there. Bitch, get naked. Give my brother some head right now. On June 29th, 2023, on an intercepted call, after learning that law enforcement investigators interviewed Affleck, defendant Henley remarked that he was stressed out because investigators approached a woman with whom he was having sex and talked to her about how defendant Henley was trying to buy girls and be a pimp. So, right here on this situation to me, whatever they talk to Monty about, you know, that's her in the Fed business. If they got it right here, it's going to be red. Other than that, you know, we not going to go looking for nothing and diving off into nothing and be messy or nothing like that. But, you know, so y'all see what's being said, you know what I'm saying, per se, through the feds, brought to you by way of Big U, you know what I'm saying? They trying to label him a pimp right here. This seems like some trick shit to me. On January 30th, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley said, shit, so you go to get me and say my crime is sending girls money for sex? Is that my crime? Exactly. Defendant Henley defrauded donors making charitable contributions to development options and other purported nonprofit intended to help the community. On August 20th, 2019, Donor One, a National Basketball Player Association NBA All-Star player, wire transferred $20,000 to a Bank of America account number ending in 8350. The development option 8350 account that was intended as a charitable donation to development options, not to benefit defendant Henley personally. On August 21, 2019, defendant Henley then transferred the entire $20,000 from Donor One into defendant Henley's personal bank account for his own personal use. On February 3rd, 2020, Donor Two, a music publishing corporation, donated $24,000 via check deposit into the Developing Options 8350 account that was intended to provide football equipment for a local nonprofit organization, not to benefit defendant Henley personally. On February 4th, 2020, defendant Henley then wire transferred $14,000 of the donation from Donor 2 into defendant Henley's personal bank account for his own personal use. On November 3rd, 2021, Developing Options deposit a $19,000 donation check from Donor 3, a content aggregation video blog and co-producer of defendant Henley's Check-In podcast, that was intended to support Crenshaw Rams football, a youth football team that developing options operated not to benefit defendant Henley personally. On November 4th, 2021, defendant Henley then transferred $15,000 of donor three's donation into defendant Henley personal bank account for his own personal use. So y'all all hear right there what's going on. So it sounds like a bunch of wire transfers and wire transfers from NBA players, music producers, and things like that to Big U. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be for football equipment allegedly and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Charitable donations. But what the feds are trying to say that Big U, if not donated all that money to himself in his personal bank account for his personal use, he took a sum for personal use, if not the whole thing. So that's what's going on there. Just basically giving you different dates and different people who had transferred Big U money. Furthermore, on March 21st, 2020, donor for a nonprofit organization whose goal was to revitalize South Los Angeles donated $10,000 to developing options. 8350 account intended to fund a meal program, not to benefit defendant Henley personally. On March 28, 2022, defendant Henley then wire transferred the entire $10,000 from donor 4 into defendant Henley personal bank account for his own personal use. On September 21, 2022, Developing Options deposited a $20,000 check from donor 5, a former NBA Most Valuable Player (MVP), that was intended to support Crenshaw Rams football, not to benefit defendant Henley personally. Between September 26, 2022 and October 7, 2022, defendant Henley then transferred $13,000 from donors 5 donation into his personal bank account for his own personal use. On November 8, 2022, donor 6, a production company, wire transferred $100,000 donation to Developing Options, 8350 account that was intended to support Crenshaw Rams football team, not to benefit defendant Henley personally. Between November 10, 2022 and December 1st, 2022, defendant Henley then wire transferred $36,400 of donors 6 donation into defendant Henley personal bank account for his own personal use. On December 13, 2022, Developing Options deposit $50,000 check from donor 7, a nonprofit donor advised fund that distributes charitable donations from individuals and companies directly to nonprofit organizations on behalf of a multinational music company that was intended to pay the direct program costs and expenses of operating Developing Options, social justice programs, and incentives, not to benefit defendant Henley personally. Between December 19, 2022 and January 3rd, 2023, defendant Henley then transferred $32,500 of donor 7's money donation into defendant Henley's personal bank account for his own personal use. So again, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they ain't saying names here, but you know what I'm saying, people that have the money, you know what I'm saying, who wouldn't become a red flag under the FBI microscope, you know what I'm saying, they all was, you know what I'm saying, giving charitable donations, you know what I'm saying, to the unique music group and or Big U and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, for football equipment or what may have you. But y'all know how the game go. But as they're auditing things and going over things, you know what I'm saying, or probably speaking to these people, they are telling what these things are supposed to be for, or these things are put in place and there's paperwork in, or, you know what I'm saying, a paper trail to follow and say this is what this was donated for, and they said that all this is fraud. Big U was using this for his own personal pocket. Defendant Henley and Martin aided Big U Enterprise associate in Developing Options employees in submitting a fraudulent loan application. So this that PPP loan. You know, a lot of people was doing that. You know, I'm pretty sure if they go over and check a lot of people will be found guilty of messing with that PPP loan and doing the wrong thing. So allegedly they got you on this as well. On January 2nd, 2023, on an intercepted call, Tiffany Sharika Hines a licensed loan officer for a mortuary lending business called Defendant Henley to discuss a failed loan application submitted by Blanton, an associate of the Big U Enterprise and an employee of Developing Options. On January 2nd, 2023, on an intercepted call, Hines instructed Defendant Henley to put him on a salary and then increase it just for the time being because we know that we can afford the mortgage. It's just the documentation. On January 13th, 2023, Defendant Henley embarked others known and unknown to the grand jury in order to benefit Big U Enterprise Associated Blanton and to assist him in obtaining a loan. Falsely increased Blanton's reported income from Development Options, stating that Blanton had non-employment compensation from 2023 calendar year of approximately $6,500. On January 16, 2023, Blanton submitted a residential loan application falsely claiming that he had monthly income of $8,166.6 from Development Options, as Hines has instructed Defendant Henley to do in order to fraudulently obtain a loan. On January 6, 2023, Hines submitted Blanton's application for underwriting while failing to disclose her play with the Defendant Henley and Barton that Blanton's reported income was artificially being increased on the loan application documents in order to fraudulently obtain the loan and would be decreased after the loan was obtained. So basically right here they're saying that whoever Shanika is, that basically, you know what I'm saying, she was giving game out, you know what I'm saying, to Big U, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to the PPP loan, you know what I'm saying, hey, you know what I'm saying, don't put your supposed supported income allegedly, you know what I'm saying, tweak it a bit, put it at this much, you know what I'm saying, this what you do this, do that, you know what I'm saying, and then put it in, it's going to go through type situation. So they got all this on the wiretap call, so he not even knowing. Based on this other stuff he doing in the street and his other business dealings, he already being recorded and investigated by the feds, and he's talking about other business, so that's how they're tying everything in now. We own you about one thing, and now once we own you about this one thing, we hopping on this phone line with you and we finding out other things. Defendant Henley defrauded the Small Business Administration of monies from pandemic-related relief. On June 16, 2020, Defendant Henley electronically submitted an application under the Economic Injury Disastrous Loan Program on behalf of Unique Music, in which he falsely represented that Unique Music had gross revenues of $500,000 and a cost of goods sold of $300,000 in calendar year 2019. On June 24th, 2020, Defendant Henley electronically signed a loan agreement between Unique Music and the Small Business Administration, SBA, in which he certified that all the representation in his applicants were true, correct, and complete. On June 26, 2020, Defendant Henley accepted from the SBA a transfer of approximately $89,900, $90,000 loan, less than the $100,000 fulfill fee into Unique Music checking account. Based on the fraudulent June 16, 2020 loan application and fraudulent June 24th, 2020 loan application, on July 7, 2020, Defendant Henley electronically submitted an application under the Economic Injury Disastrous Loan Program for Celebrity Socks, doing business as Unique Socks, in which he falsely certified that the applicant is not engaged in any illegal activity as defined by federal guidelines. On June 19, 2020, in reliance on Defendant Henley's fraudulent misrepresentation, the SBA disbursed a $6,000 advance to Defendant Henley. So basically, they like, you filled out the applicant, and you know they ask you questions and stuff like that. Is everything you saying, you know what I'm saying, on point? You know what I'm saying? Are you in any illegal business? Whether you filing and you talk about, you know what I'm saying, this is an illegal business, they still going to ask them questions. Are you, you know what I'm saying, turning anything up? If we go through every record and check, you know what I'm saying, what you saying as far as that you produced numbers-wise, they say men and women lie, numbers don't. But it look like here, allegedly, they saying these numbers lie. Defendant Henley and Robinson and other Big U enterprise members and associates continue to attempt to solidify the enterprise control over the community. Members and associates of the Big U enterprise continue to engage in violence in further of the Big U enterprise and boast about it. The Big U enterprise reputation for violence and its illegal activity and install fear and intimidation of and control over the community. In November 2022, defendant Henley arranged for a co-conspirator to collect an illegal debt from a current NBA All-Star player who purportedly owed $300,000 to a Big U enterprise associate. In November 2022, defendant Henley took a portion of the debt that current NBA star player owed as a fee for collecting illegal debt. On November 7, 2020, an intercepted call after an extortion victim stated that defendant Henley had not fully paid the extortion victim for the work on defendant Henley's vehicle. Defendant Henley directed defendant Martin to call the extortion victim right now and stated that he would go out there and kill that nigga. Defendant Martin then connected defendant Henley with the extortion victim and participated in the extorted call. On November 14, 2020, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley described to a former National Football League NFL player that defendant Henley would beat the shit out of the producer who owned the studio in Las Vegas because he started shit between defendant Henley and Whack 100. Whack 100 name in here again, y'all. On November 22nd, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told an incarcerated individual that anyone coming at him come correct because defendant Henley always has two blowers, i.e. firearms on him. On November 22nd, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told an incarcerated individual that defendant Henley was going to charge someone in federal prison $6,000 to have a phone smuggled to him. On November 23rd, 2022, on an intercepted, defendant Henley said that he can pay 3 people $50 each to beat someone up. On November 23rd, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley described paying people to mess up a store that was refusing to provide defendant Henley a discount. On December 27, 2020, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told a Big U enterprise associate that they need to hang OG cuz. On December 27, 2020, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told another Big U enterprise associate that OG Crip cuz need to be disciplined thoroughly for a violation of cripping. On December 30th, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that when defendant Henley catches Whack 100, I'm going to break his jaw. On December 31, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that defendant Henley was bigger than deceased rapper Nipsey Hussle, that defendant Henley disciplined Nipsey Hussle, and that defendant Henley was bigger than any other Rolling 60. On December 31st, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that if anyone has an issue with defendant Henley, they will no longer be alive. On this January 1st, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that he was not beefing with Nipsey Hussle because if any beef with defendant Henley, I'm going to kill him, period. I am going to murder him. On January 2nd, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told Big U Enterprise Associates DS that to manipulate the press for DS lawsuit against law enforcement, DS should show both positive and negative parts of his life, wear glasses, and say that he was working with developing options even though he was not. On January 20th, On January 2nd, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told Big U Enterprise Associates DS that defendant Henley needed to at least break the producer's jaw. On January 3rd, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley described to an incarcerated individual tooling up with firearms to travel to a Crips neighborhood because we are the most arrogant, bougie, self-righteous motherfuckers on planet Earth. On January 3rd, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told an incarcerated individual that defendant Henley was going to purchase 6 miniature phones to send to the incarcerated individual so that he could sell them in prison for $1,000 each. On January 5th, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley said that another individual was done for being a rat. So y'all, all that right there, man, that's crazy. You know, I ain't gonna go through all that. Y'all heard what was said, but it looked like he was having phone conversations with other dudes. And, you know, like I said, when you don't know the feds is listening, and you know you shooting your shot and you popping your ish, ain't no telling what'll come out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was saying he was bigger than Nipsey. He the biggest 60. He had Nipsey discipline, all type of like crazy stuff. So, you know, that, you know, these are just the phone calls, wiretaps, not my words. These are you words. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. On January 12, 2023, on the intercepted call, defendant Henley said he wanted to beat the shit out of Whack 100. On January 17, 2023, on the intercepted call, defendant Henley discussed traveling to Jordan Downs within Grape Street, Crip territory, and threatening to kill motherfuckers every day until he got his things back. On January 17, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley stated that he was the hunter of the 60s and that he had obtained paperwork on individuals that should not be associated with the gang anymore. On February 13, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley told a co-conspirator that defendant Henley was going to break the jaw of the business manager for a former MVP. On February 14, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley described smacking the Jew boy again. On April 1st, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley asked someone to grab defendant Henley's blower, which he left on the ground in a blue sweater in front of a tire. On April 23rd, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley discussed gang politics with a co-conspirator and stated, "I'm retired, nigga, activist. I'll pull up on your block right now, nigga, and show up and show out, nigga. That's what happened to the last nigga that thought I was retired." So if these is his words, you know what I'm saying, the feds got this on wiretap. Why talking about you retired and this and that, and then talking about you would show up and show out and act crazy? So yeah, Big U was talking crazy over this phone call, man, over these phones. So like, I ain't gonna even lie, like, he can't even like really blame nobody but himself, man. He can't blame nobody but himself in this situation, you know what I'm saying? Because this is crazy work, man. This is crazy work, man. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and read the rest of this and go ahead and conclude this section and segment here. Defendant Henley instructed a victim to obstruct justice by providing untruthful information to law enforcement about an assault committed by Big U Enterprise Associates. On December 9, 2022, an associate of defendant Henley and former NFL player was involved in an altercation with a victim at a restaurant in Los Angeles. On December 23rd, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley instructed the victim relatives that the victim was to go to the lineup, tell him to pick the wrong person. On January 2nd, 2023, on a multi-way telephone call, defendant Henley said the young nigga going to say he stole his watch out the bathroom, and the former NFL player came to get his watch back, and it turned into something else. He going to apologize for stealing the former NFL player watch. You know what I'm saying? He thought it was somebody, he thought it was his watch. The former NFL player came back to get his watch, and it turned into a scuffle. There was only trying to prevent a crime. Case dismissed. They was only trying to prevent a crime. So y'all hear right here. So it looked like that they trying to say that he was evading police and allowing lies to be placed out there. I guess, they was trying to holler at him about a watch being taken or something that has something to do with him and an NFL player. They not stating the NFL player name. They're not stating the NBA player name. So obviously these people are still, functioning in or active people in the sport, or to the sport, because they're not placing in or slandering their names. And I'm surprised these people are not being indicted because they were giving money, but they went about giving the money the right way. Like, man, look, we didn't know he was going to do that. We sending this to his charity, for the football team. So, that probably cleared them right there. They did the right thing. In March 2025, defendant Henley learned of law enforcement operating to arrest defendant Henley on March 19, 2025. On March 19, 2025, at approximately 12:30 a.m., defendant Henley, two phones stopped reporting location data indicated that they were turned off or placed in airplane mode. In early morning hours of March 19th, defendant Henley and SH left their home to evade law enforcement apprehension. In the early morning hours of March 19, 2025, SH left her phone powered on and reported location data from her and defendant Henley home. On March 19, 2025, before fleeing their home, defendant Henley left a subpoena related to this investigation, which had been recently served on developing options on a table near a hat for the Seattle Mariners, a professional sports team supported by Rolling 60s members as a symbol of the game. On March 19, 2025, in an attempt to poison the jury pool, defendant Henley posted to the Crenshaw Cougars Instagram account claiming racial profiling and blaming his co-defendants and opponents for the charges filed against him and a federal criminal complaint. On March 19, 2025, in an attempt to intimidate and dissuade anyone from cooperating with law enforcement or otherwise reporting information about defendant Henley posted the Crenshaw Cougars Instagram account naming his co-defendants and known opponents, instructing the public not to associate with them and claiming that if they did, they were not black. On March 19, 2025, defendant Henley surrendered to the United States Marshal Service without his phones that previously stopped reporting location data. So there it is then. So y'all already heard, y'all seen what happened. So they basically, Big U somehow, some way retained information that the feds was sure about to hit his home and come and arrest him for these crimes they're alleging against him in these Title 15 wiretaps and stuff like that. They said he turned his phone off. They stopped reporting. Had his wife leave her phone at home to make it look like they was at home. That was still reporting, but they had disappeared. From there, they say he went to the Crenshaw Cougars account, start posting. Y'all seen when he was posting was like, he don't mess with Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and how come y'all ain't got Big U and all that stuff. I mean, how come y'all ain't got Whack 100 and 600, being that, y'all want to get me, they reporting everything and stuff like that. And then y'all see, he said, man, he turned himself in and stuff like that. So they talking about all that, So once he found out that they was on him allegedly, that's when he went into the desperation of doing all these things. So that's that part right there I wanted to get to y'all. We're going to conclude that there. You already know it's your boy, Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like, and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. Press that button, and if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
I know you capping. Man, I might make some niggas mad with this shit here, right? But I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep it real. Man, half of these niggas around here the police. And y'all got them hanging out with you. Half of these niggas that got on the stand, my nigga, and testified on niggas, right? But them y'all homeboys. They come home, y'all celebrate them. Y'all got them at boo, cool, this, all this shit come around. That's why I don't fuck with these niggas. Cause them be the same niggas that got them gonna get on the stand and testify against your ass when y'all here in the streets. See, that's why I got the way, dog. It ain't nothing out here but niggas gonna tell on each other. Get on the stand and testify. Oh, it's niggas around here done testified on niggas. I got paperwork, niggas done testified, got on the stand on niggas, and don't even got nothing to do with the motherfucking case. That's how scared these niggas is around here. Fuck they talking about. It can happen though, you